Facebook is like jail. You sit around and waste time, write on walls, and get poked by people you don't know. I have often wondered if I had endless time on my hands, like a prison sentence, and the internet, would I ever be bored? I was probably about 9 when this thought first crossed my mind. I had no idea that one website alone could be such a time sucker. From album after album of pictures, a newsfeed full of entertaining posts, and reading wall-to-walls, or the updated and more stalker-like term, see friendship, Facebook sure knows how to eat away your time. Facebook is the world's largest social network, with more than 800 million active users around the world and roughly 200 million in the United States. So why have 15 million people deactivated their account? Facebook is dangerous. Today we'll be looking at some of its devastating effects. I'll be showing the security threat, how time spent on Facebook can be wasted and damaging, and lastly, how it can negatively affect your moral character. Eric Goldman, a law professor at Santa Clara University, summed it up nicely when he said, "We've all known that Facebook repeatedly cuts corners when it comes to its privacy promises." Facebook's privacy violations have gotten the attention of the Federal Trade Commission, who in November 2011 announced a proposed settlement. The order stemmed largely from a 2009 incident where, according to the New York Times, Facebook, without warning its users or seeking consent, made public information the users had deemed to be private on their Facebook pages. Have you ever written anything personal in a Facebook chat? What if I told you there's been a security flaw where chats can be viewed by Facebook friends? You may be thinking, at least it's just friends, not strangers. Or is it? One time, a friend and I were on her account scrolling through her list of friends. One name jumped out at her. Who is he? We went to his page and she still had no idea who he was. After a few minutes, she saw that they had several mutual friends, so she decided he must be okay. So you see, this perfect stranger could actually be reading her personal chats. Could this be happening to you? Another unknown threat involves pictures taken with smartphones. Unless you manually turn off a setting on your phone, photos uploaded to Facebook can easily reveal the exact location where they were taken. In an ABC News report, a staff member used a smartphone to take a few pictures of her 4-year-old daughter. After posting the photos online, the investigators then demonstrated how easy it is to track the pictures using a free browser add-on. He not only found her home when he clicked on a picture of her bedroom, but located her daycare, favorite fast food shop, and the specific part of the park where she plays. Facebook has 350 million mobile users. That's almost half of the Facebook population putting themselves at serious risk. It's also been reported that advertisers can gain personal information whenever a user clicks on an advertisement on Facebook. An average Facebooker's profile could have their full name, birthday, age, city, workplace, relatives, and the exact location of their home from photos. So why in the world do millions of people keep on using this dangerous website? They think it would never happen to them. But how do you know? The suspect isn't going to send a message saying, "I've hacked your information and I'm coming to your house tonight." It's better to be safe than sorry. For example, in New Zealand, a middle-aged woman seduces teenage boys with fantasy Facebook profiles. Over 40 teen boys have been identified as victims of her internet mind games. Her schemes even resulted in receiving credit card information from these boys. Now that we've seen the security threat Facebook imposes on 800 million people, let's now move on to the second factor, time. Not only will we look at how much time is wasted on Facebook instead of being used for productive activities, we'll also see the physical and mental toll computer overuse can take on your body. Have you ever heard someone say, "I just don't have time"? I must admit, I'm no exception. Facebook's latest self-reported statistics say that the average user spends up to 55 minutes a day on the site, which implies nearly 30 hours a month. Think of it this way. That's 2 whole weeks on Facebook per year. 2 solid weeks. No eating, no sleeping, just Facebook. On the other hand, imagine having an extra hour each day. The time a person spends on Facebook just may be the only free time in their busy schedule. What healthy pastimes could this be replacing? Reading, exercise, family time? According to Marissa Hedge from Harvard Medical School, internet overuse can lead to sedentary lifestyles, weight gain, and a decline in physical fitness. Other symptoms include carpal tunnel syndrome, dry eyes, migraine headaches, a decline in personal hygiene, and backaches. The article goes on to say that excessive internet use has been linked to sleep disturbances and depression. Facebook not only contributes to poor health, but poor grades as well. Studies have shown that middle school, high school, and college students who checked Facebook at least once during a 15-minute study period achieved lower grades. Another, less obvious flaw of Facebook is the negative effect it has on our moral character. What better place to brag than the blue and white website? The fact that your friends can comment and like statuses encourages users to crave attention. Although it's great to see friends posting Bible verses, I have to say that these posts are outnumbered by the self-praising ones. What's even worse is when a status full of bragging ends with the line, "God is so good," as if that's a justification for flashing our accomplishments. James 3:5 says, "So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great things. How great a forest is set ablaze by such a small fire." An additional negative aspect of Facebook is its facade attributes. Gathering friends is a common happening on the social network, where users connect with anyone and everyone they sort of know in order to feel popular and loved. Just because our friends list says 500, it doesn't mean that's how many friends we have. Some are just acquaintances that we will never interact with on Facebook, besides an annual happy birthday with a smiley face. Remember, it's the quality, not the quantity. What about false flattery? Should we really be pleased when we post a new picture and within a few minutes receive several comments on how beautiful we are? It seems to me that, among girls especially, photos are often posted mainly to attract flattering comments. Psalm 12:2 says, "They speak idly, everyone with their neighbor. With flattering lips and a double heart they speak." While the next example of character degradation is less frequent than simple flattery, it is still unacceptable how a social network has contributed to, believe it or not, murder. A man murdered his wife after she changed her Facebook relationship status to single. A teen triangle and bitter Facebook feud culminated in the savage killing of a 15-year-old Florida boy who was lured to his death by his former girlfriend. A North Carolina woman was fatally shot by her ex-boyfriend after posting news of her engagement to another man on her Facebook page. Whether it's a threat to your identity, time, health, character, or life, is it worth the risk? Do you now see some reasons why 15 million people have deactivated their account? Am I asking you to get rid of your Facebook account? Maybe, maybe not. My goal was to reveal the dangers and to show that action must be taken to protect yourself or your loved ones. The severity of that action, whether it's deactivating your account or making changes to avoid the dangers, is your decision. If you choose to keep your account, you should, at the very least, minimize the security threat by removing personal information, such as your middle name, birth year, and city, and be very careful who you befriend. As for time management, check out Facebook's new app that tracks your time and kicks you off when your set time limit expires. In order to combat both the time and character hazard, find a friend that's in your same situation and become accountability partners. If you can manage your account without it hurting your personal security, infringing on your valuable free time, and negatively impacting your moral character, then keep on Facebooking. But, as Matthew says in chapter 5, verse 29, if your right eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. Thank you.